I used to spend 6 hours doing kick-ups every Saturday. First against the wall, then when I started to feel like I'd mastered the craft of the ball, just me. Stood in the middle of our skinny back lawn, backdrop of the backs of uniformed terraced house back windows, smiling at a 7-year-old boy trying to sculpt skill. Counting out loud for morale and for rhythm. If the ball hit the floor, back to naught, the law written in prepubescent sweat at the edge of where my hair met my face. 20 without stopping was the first benchmark I had to make before I allowed myself to go inside for my dinner. It took me a few weeks to get past the stomach rumbles of a beginner. Winner mentality. My tally had to be better than last week. Fast feet. If that's what you're after, then ask me. Hold on. Sorry. This is all descriptive action with no motivation. In the name of engagement, I should probably explain where it came from. And that's easy. One game, one number, one afternoon, one man, one complete disregard for the laws of gravity, one move. I fell in love. I can say it, not with a person, but with an act. The physical embodiment of respect, free form and yet exact. It was perfect. It is perfect and will never not be perfect. And even age 7, I knew whatever else happened, one thing was certain. I knew beauty. I wanted to jump through the telly and let this man know how he'd moved me, but I couldn't. So the second thought that flashed through my juvenile brain was that I would master this craft, somehow making me and him the same in some way, and someday I would embark on a run of my own, leaving grown men floored like garden furniture post-hurricane, rag dolls after tantrums, dazed by a perfect blend of unadulterated skill and youthful abandon. I would carve my name into the ground. The air I left between speechless opponents would make roughly the same sound as dolphins freestyling over a beat of black holes closing, and the sun would blink in disbelief as I pirouetted round the goalie, and then everything would stop. The world held on its axis. Sausages and frying pans would stop crackling. Crying babies would smile. Falling rain would hang frozen. Old men's faces would seem ageless in the apex of the moment. When I came to, on the floor in our living room, I turned round to my dad, extended my arm to point at the replay and simply said, I want to do that. My dad smiled, as if something made a magic a pass between us. He said, lad, I want that too. That man there was a genius. Now a lot of people seemed more bothered by another goal in that game. So much so that the papers went proper nuts the next day. The hand of God, they called it. An outrage for the sport. It's tantamount to theft, so the papers reported. I just thought all that stuff was boring. But that second goal, man, that was the start of my story. So I did kick-ups for 6 hours every Saturday. Missed a few birthday parties, nearly a full series of the A-Team and the Back to the Future 2 matinee. Too busy pursuing the fruit used to ruin opponents, and nothing, not anything, would move me from focus. 1986, Mexico. Beamed live to millions. A young boy sat in Birmingham was touched by the brilliance of Diego Armando Maradona. And I still am. So anyone who wants to argue against him shouldn't bother, because you don't know anything. And that June afternoon will stay etched in my memory as the moment I realised men could paint beauty with their boots and the movements they choose. So my mantra for everything since then has been WWDD. What would Diego do?